I don't know why I still find myself constantly being amazed by life itself. Life itself can choose to inspire you off of nothing. Life itself can choose to inspire you over a song that you've listened to 10,000 times, but just in this particular day, you just caught like a particular bar or a particular lyric. You know what I'm saying? You could be watching a movie that you had in the background playing, and you've been seeing this movie over and over. You can almost recite it. You know that you know all the lines. You know what everybody's going to say. You know when every explosion is going to happen. You know every twist and every turn. But for some reason on this particular day, you watch this movie and it just hits you different. You know what I'm saying? Life can do that. And it's like I keep finding myself being surprised that I can be inspired in such ways, in such random ways. I have such a calculated mind. I have to do this, then this, then this, then this. Life just say, yeah, that's cute. But behold this. Jimmy Neutron brain blast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild to me. Like, am I still surprised a fish can swim? Am I surprised that Steph Curry can shoot a three-pointer? You know what I'm saying? Am I surprised a bird can fly? Like, you know, it's just funny to think about it in that type of way, right? But I was just sitting back minding my own business, and I was doing crypto research of all things to be inspired with this level of conversation. But, you know, shout out to Lift Capital. This is where I just heard him say it. Now, we've touched on this topic many a times on this channel, but it just hit me a certain type of way, and I just knew it was time to come talk to y'all. But as he's going into his deep dives about crypto research and such, dude dropped a bar, which was, there are people out there that would rather live in fear than in faith. And when he said that, I just had to pause it. I was like, oh, he's spitting. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there that would rather live in fear than in faith. And then to a second level, I don't know if it gives them a little bit of credit or it drops them down a peg, but they live in ignorance to the fact that they are choosing fear over faith. They don't even know that that's the choice that they're making. They just defaulted to it. So there's some people that choose to be in fear, and there are some people that it's just their natural inclination to live in fear. Fear. The opposite of the thing that makes the universe exist, called love. Love energy conquers all. And there are people that will turn their back on the most powerful thing in the world and go the other way. I don't want to make this political, but I'm in that type of mindset, so hey, my bad. And I hate to keep bringing it up, but this was made so evident to me during COVID. There are people that prayed every day for things. They prayed for the health of such and such. This thing comes around, and all of a sudden they just said, screw God, I'm running to a hospital. I'm running to a clinic. I'm running to such and such and such. They said, screw God, screw Buddha, screw Allah, screw Yahweh, screw Yeshua, all that type of stuff. And I'm sorry if you take offense to this, go ahead and click off now. I'm in that type of mode, I told y'all, you know? But that's wild to me. Speaking from personal experience, because this made me talk to myself for a while. When you act in fear, you make drastic mistakes. You make unrecoverable mistakes in life. You know what I'm saying? You think about the relationships that got messed up when you were in a fearful state. Oh, she's gonna cheat on me. Oh my God, he's gonna leave me for so-and-so. And you do something stupid. You say something dumb that you can't take back. You know what I'm saying? I've witnessed it. I've been the one to say stupid things. I've had stupid things said to me, and I've seen it. We all have. That's fear. Fear makes you erratic. Fear makes you clam up. Fear makes you shake. Fear, you're already vibrating so high that when you get in a fearful state, you start to actually shake. Everything around me is vibrating. And you think you're shaking fast when you start doing this. Oh my God, even if this is like a mental exercise. No, you're vibrating so slowly now that you can perceive it. That's just how I look at it. Fear literally lowers your vibration to something that was once invisible is now visible. And people are choosing to live in that slower state. Couldn't be me though. There was a time in my life where I had nightmares every single night. There was a picture my mom took of me. You know, moms just be doing stuff like that. But I was knocked slam out, and you could see the black bags under my eyes even when I was sleeping. Don't get me wrong, I just woke up from a nap, so I'm still kind of a little groggy. But I saw this the second I woke up, got inspired. But anyway, you know, it's like there was a time where, yeah, I had nightmares every single night because I was so stressed. I was so, you know, in such a state of fear that I was poisoning myself to the point, you know, that I'm just drunk, throwing up all over, not all over myself, but, you know, sometimes I missed the toilet a couple times. It was gross. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? That's a fearful state for people that need to do drugs to escape their reality. They're so scared of their life that they'll just pop anything in their body just so they don't have to feel the way that they're feeling. Poisoning yourself feels better than living in a fearful state. Ain't that some shit? You're already living in a state where, you know, you're not going to make it, so you just gave up. You just let the fear completely take over. You know what I'm saying? You just gave up. I'm a loser. I'm a nobody. Why even bother? Why try? Well, that sounds like somebody that's, you know, kind of scared to get rejected. That sounds like someone that's so scared of failure that you just let it take over. Give me your money. And you're just like, man, no, you're going to give up your promotion. I'm taking it. Man, all right. What? You see, this is why I do not fear death in the slightest. Why? Because the thing I always say all the time is I am protected with an extra ED. You know what I'm saying? Every time I fear things, I give up the fear. I don't give into the fear. I just give up being fearful of anything. You know, the last time I was going through it, I hit that point where I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, but I've learned that when I'm this stressed, when I'm this worried, when I'm this panicked, just let it rock. Do you believe in God? Then give all of your fears and your worries to God. You believe in the universe, source? You know what to do. Okay, you don't believe in any external power or internal, external, you know what I mean. You know, you don't believe in any higher power. So it's yourself. Okay, well, stop giving energy to bad things. If I want to move this staff, I had to use some energy to make that happen. It's energy that makes things happen, right? So what's happening in your life right now? Are you sitting here worrying about where your next paycheck's going to come from? Are you worrying about if that person's doing something behind your back? Are you worried about if you can trust your business partners? Are you worried that you're not going to make it? Are you worried about X, Y, Z and the third? Why? Look at what you're giving your energy to. Look, I'm not saying that you're not going to ever have worries in life and whatever things are going to like capture your attention for a little bit, because where attention goes, energy goes. I'm not saying that we're not going to get caught slipping every once in a while, but you have to be able to catch it. Okay? There are times where, you know me, I still worry about my loneliness. Sometimes I can't take my own freaking advice because I'm so entrenched in it. But for me, it's my own mental war. I'll deal with it in my own way, you know? But I have a borderline fear of dying alone. You know, have I accepted it? Yeah, but every once in a while I say, hey, yo, pimp, hey, you know you're gonna die alone, right? And there's every time, like, I've been ignoring it. Sometimes I fight it, sometimes I push it back. But when you feed negativity your anger, it gets stronger, because anger is a negative emotion. So when you try to fight these things, all you're doing is feeding it. All you're doing, staff almost fell. All you are doing is feeding it. All you are doing is giving it more negative energy for it to bother you. So once again, instead of you just pumping out positive energy, you're pumping negative energy to the negative energy. So if you do 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, eventually you get to 99. Well, if you do 0 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, you get to negative 99. So you think going heads up with your shadow is a good idea. Well, if you're going to add negative emotion to an already negative being, that sounds like you're kind of charging it up. Why don't you turn your back to it and move in the opposite direction? If you want the train, I'm using this analogy, I'm still dressed, I'm making batch videos, but if you're moving the train and you want it to go that way, You don't push it that way. I mean, is this rocket science? Why would you choose to shoot yourself in the foot? You know what I'm saying? It's wild that, yes, I get it. There are certain things that have been above our level of consciousness where some people do not realize that this has been forced into us, whether it be, the chlorination of our water, all the fluoride and stuff in our water that's calcifying people's brains, the malnutrition that's rampant in the world, that if people realize that they got specific nutrients, their moods would change. You don't need some random pill. You need to go munch on some celery. You need to go get you a radish. You know what I'm saying? You need to go drink some tomato juice, a banana or something, not Doritos and Monster Energy drinks. You feel me? That's negativity. That's something that is poisoning your body, that's hurting your body. Poisoning and hurting. Wait, that sounds like a negative thing. Wait, I've been consciously hypnotized, tricked, and duped to putting negative things in my body. Wait a minute. I'm not going to go waste on my time, like holding a sign outside of a business. I'm going to hit them where it really hurts by not buying their shit. You don't have to be down with the corporation. Down. You just stop buying it. Once you find out all these chemicals that are put in your food, you realize, oh man, I can't fight this physically. We're not going to put my dukes up to Walmart. You just go on this way. It's just that simple. Support local. Go to your farmer's market. Eat healthy. Eat whole foods, because these things are here to break you down, fracture you. Fraction, break apart. Where whole foods are whole, 100% energy that's being, utilized by your body. Not like the whole 10% that just fills your gut and makes you sick over time. We've been duped. And some people choose to stay to what they're used to. They're used to being in this fearful state. They're used to it. So when you try to tell them to meditate, when you tell them to stretch, when you tell them to exercise, when you tell them to cut people off, when you tell them to think, when you hold people accountable, especially when you hold people accountable for their actions, people don't like that. They don't like you holding them accountable for things. When you show them the light, they're over here like, what's his name? It's like the light burns some of these people. You know what I'm saying? And they retreat back into the darkness because they're too scared. You seem like cavemen when you see things coming out, like especially when people been on lockdown in movies and they open the doors and everyone's just kind of slowly coming out. Some people make that walk. They see something deep in the cave. What's that little light? And they go observe it. And some of them are even more bold to leave the cave. And some people will try to hold you. No, don't go. Don't go to that thing. Don't go out there. Ah! Because they're scared, so they're trying to keep you there. Then they're so scared to be alone that they don't want to see you go. They're so attached to you, a negative vibration, and they're too afraid in their own worlds to do anything that they want to hold you down. When they see you trying to leave them, they think you're attacking them personally. That's what fear does. Fear makes you grapple on to things. Fear makes you try to hold things in place, keep things the same. Aren't people scared of change? People have the fear of change. They keep things the same. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, that type of stuff. Yeah, that's fear. It's really like that's the newest epidemic. Not the newest, it's one of the oldest, but we're shifting out of that paradigm. I've been trying to tell y'all that the world is changing. And when things happen, when you get that emergency broadcast, when you can't talk to people for a few days, when you wish that you had supplies just in case. See, preparing does not mean you are fearful of anything. Preparing just says, in the event something happens, I'm good. So when everyone is panicking during these types of situations that may be on the horizon, you're just sitting back like, hey, I knew this was going to happen. Look at y'all running like crazy, stocking up on toilet paper. Meanwhile, you just chilling like, hey, I trusted my gut a long time ago because I walk by faith. I tell y'all every time, I told y'all in my video back where I said, look, I'm not right about like every single minute little thing. We can all have our opinions about that. I'm a broad thinker. I see big picture. When I talk about these little things, it's like, hey, this is what I see, but yeah. Yo, stop fighting about that small shit. Look at that. I'm a big picture thing. I'm rarely wrong about big picture things. Quantum financial system, I'm going to keep on talking about it. We're moving to crypto right now. The legacy system is failing. It is crumbling in front of you. The banks, you see all these banks closed. Some of you don't even know banks are closing all around you. You know, when I drove around, I saw $4 gas. Like where I'm at, that's an increase. I know some people, like people in California and New York's and stuff, Jerseys, have higher gas and stuff. But it's like, I've been seeing them, like, it's creeping up on people. I went to the grocery store and I bought like 5 things and it came out to like $35. I was like, damn. I was like, all right, but I'm prepared for this. You know, some people are noticing this and some people are feeling the squeeze. Some people are feeling it more than others, you know. But if you put your faith in that thing that you are ready to just fall back into because you know, why is it that you trust some human to trust fall, but you ain't going to trust the thing that gave you consciousness in the first place? That's weird, ain't it? Isn't it better walking through life knowing that everything that you're going to need comes into your life? For me, it's information. It allows me to prepare. I'm a very prepared person for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Because life shows me things. And I'm talking about life. And I ain't talking about like, random things like work, school, blah, 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 blah. Things catch you off guard. That's life. Keeps you on your toes. But like overall, like with the big shift, when the life's tectonic plates themselves are moving, I don't worry about nothing. Because my faith is what I call God, which is, me. It's an energy that I utilize in this existence. And I know that I'm always going to be good. You don't see me having nightmares. You don't see me having to drown my problems in alcohol. You don't see me having to pop a pill, whether that's from, a dude in a trench coat or a dude in some sagging pants or a dude in a lab coat. You know what I'm saying? These medicines that people take for anxiety, and your anxiety isn't better. So why are you still taking the medicine if it clearly does not work? But how dare you go do your own research and cure yourself? Oh, because you're too scared to step out of the cave. Till the next one, man.